Unit 9.
Track 59.
Friends, Lovers, Chocolate by Alexander McCall Smith. Part 1. What are you getting involved in now? Over the next few minutes, Isabel told him about her chance meeting with Ian and about their conversation at the Scottish Arts Club. Jamie was interested. She could tell that. Although he, like Isabel herself, seemed incredulous when she mentioned cellular memory. There's a rational explanation for these things, he said, when she'd finished talking. There always is. And I just don't see how anything other than brain cells could store memory. I just don't. And that's on the strength of my school biology course. It's that basic. But that's exactly the problem, retorted Isabel. We're all stuck with the same tried and trusted ideas. If we refuse to entertain the possibility of something radically different, then we'd never make any progress, ever. We'd still be thinking that the sun revolved around the earth. Jamie affected surprise. Isabel, don't start challenging that now. Isabel accepted his skepticism good-naturedly. I should point out that I'm completely agnostic on all this, she said. All I'm doing is trying to keep an open mind. And where does this take you? Asked Jamie. So what if the cells in the transplanted heart or whatever think they remember a face? So what? Isabel looked about her, for no reason other than that she felt a slight twinge of fear. That was in itself irrational, but she felt it. The face that he remembers could be the face of the driver who killed the donor, she said. It could have been imprinted in memory, whatever sort of memory, after he'd been knocked down and the driver came and looked down at him. Jamie's lip curled. Really, Isabel? Yes, she said quickly, really. And if it is the face of the driver, then we may have a description of the person responsible for the death. Jamie thought for a moment. It was now obvious to him what Isabel had been doing in the library. You found a report of the accident? He asked. You know who the donor was? I think so, said Isabel. We know that the donor was a young man. That's as much as Ian knows. So I put two and two together and concluded that a sudden violent death on the day on which they called Ian in for his transplant would probably supply the identity of the donor. And it has. It's all pretty obvious. But was it? It crossed her mind that she was assuming too much and too readily. There might have been other incidents, other young men who could have been donors. But no, Edinburgh was not a very large place. It would be unlikely that two young men had died a sudden death that night. Her assumption, she decided, was reasonable.